The main role that I adopted during production of our video and the Digipack was the mise-en-scène director. This meant that I had to use different internet facilities to establish where we wanted our locations to be and what our costumes wanted to be, and for our market research. And we used Google Maps because it was quicker than driving to locations, so we could see an actual visual image of the location before we went. However, this did prove a little bit unsuccessful because we turned up to shoot at one of our locations and it had been bulldozed because Google Maps was not up to date with its images. So that meant that we left ourselves with a little problem, but we soon fixed that by driving around the old-fashioned way. We also use media technologies in our research and planning stages for the Digipack, because after I drafted the initial photos, I presented my ideas to the group in Prezi, and Prezi is like a way that PowerPoint can be made less scruffy and neater looking, which gave it a more professional finish and made it easier for my team to follow and understand, which could help me then to persuade them that it was a good idea. I was given the job of editing the photos, and I used a software called Lightroom to do this. We colour corrected the photos and then took that frame and copy and pasted it to the whole clip so that it was all the same and it was all quite fluent the whole way through. I brought the temperature down on the image to make it cooler, and then increased the exposure slightly to eliminate the visual noise from the photos, because this made the photos less grainy and clearer. Then I increased the contrast to make the colours more prominent and making Ethan stand out more against the black and white backgrounds that he was against. And then I made his skin tones less yellow by increasing the pink and white colour pigments in the image. Finally, I desaturated the midtones to create a professional kind of clarity about the image, which we could then apply to our Digipacks and make it look professional.
As the editor, technology is a big factor in the progression and final outcome of our music video. The main technology I used was Final Cut Pro on my Mac. The simplicity in piecing together shots, the huge range of effects, transitions and sound makes it a perfect bit of kit to create a student film. Without Final Cut, I would have struggled to achieve some of the editing techniques I chose to do. One effect in Final Cut that I used frequently was the masking. I used this for the whole of the chorus and also to cover up the imperfections in the Black Studio. I found this incredibly easy to do, and with another less equipped program it would have taken double the time to do. Colour correction was also very straightforward in Final Cut Pro 10, with balanced colour that balances all the colours in the shot, and the colour board that can alter colour, saturation and exposure. These additions made it straightforward to create professional colouring that improves the look of our video.
My role in the group and the production of our music video was cinematographer and cameraman, and we used a lot of technologies in this process. The first one that came in very handy was the Steadicam. This is a piece of equipment that stabilises your camera. We have a shot where we pan around the star while he's holding a flare. We tried this by hand but had too much shake and movement on the image, which meant it was difficult to edit and look professional. By attaching the camera to the Steadicam, we were able to get a fluid and smooth movement. This works on gyros and weights and is very modern. The next piece of technology that came in very useful to us was the DSLR camera itself. We chose to use one of these over any other kind of camera because of the benefits that we could get from it. These being that we had lots of different lens attachments that could go on it for close-ups, long shots and all that. We could also adjust the ISO to let more light in or let less light in, because we were using different studios with different amounts of light and wanted them to look as professional throughout. Another technology that we used was a lighting rig. This was a bit of a hindrance to us at the start because we had no idea how to use it, but after talking to the technician we were able to work out how to use it and had lots of effects on it, both in the white and the black studio. We used a lot of technologies in our evaluation process, the main one being a green screen. This enabled us to film ourselves talking about what we've done while also having things in the background to show you. Other technologies that we used during the evaluation process was voiceovers. So we got microphones, external microphones, to get better audio quality, and it enabled us to talk over the video and images to let people know about our work.